Alright, peace. Shalom to all you guys. This is Quan coming through once again with another video. And I wanted to do this coverage on Lil Uzi Vert, you know, the famous pop star from Philly, who's proverbial Lucifer. That's basically what he is in regards to his programming. And he's definitely on a programming. And I'm going to go more into that, but just showing you this image here is him supposed to represent proverbial Lucifer in regards to what you read in the book of Revelations, you know, chapter 13, verse 16. And I'm going to go into that a little bit later, but just showing you here him wearing the all black for Saturn, which is the sixth planet from the sun. And he has this diamond, whatever this little thing is, encrusted in his head, his forehead. And we know 2 + 4 = 6. He paid $24 million for this. So this guy was just programmed to do this, and we're going to go more into it. So this right here is the back cover art for the mixtape, The Perfect Love Tape. And you see here how each letter for every track, you know, the first letter for every track is supposed to spell out doomsayer. And the doomsayer is one who predicts the future in regards to catastrophic events in the future, or judgment day, the rapture, so on and so forth. But on the left-hand side, when it comes to, you know, the angle of mysticism and Luciferianism, you know, the people who worship Lucifer who predict that. And you have the people on the right hand who predict that, or not necessarily predict it, but just understand that it's based off of prophecy, so we tell it. Now you see here, the first track is Do What I Want. And the whole love thing that's revolved around Uzi Vert, you know, with the album titles, Love is Rage and so on and so forth. Do What Thou Wilt is a spinoff of Do What I Want. And Aleister Crowley, he had the doctrine of Do What Thou Wilt. And law is the love, you know, or the love is law, excuse me. So this is why you have Lil Uzi Vert, and he's playing out the role of Lucifer, proverbial Lucifer. You feel what I'm saying? Enlightenment. And they believe that, you know, it's okay for them to go into these doctrines of, or these ideologies of LGBTQ and so on and so forth, because they push quote unquote love. The love is law. So this is why you see this. And you also see Lil Uzi Vert depicted with the left hand up and the right hand down for as above, so below, the Baphomet. Either or, when it comes to how they depict themselves, with the left hand up or the right hand down, or the right hand up or the left hand down, is supposed to go into the veneration of the Baphomet. And also, you know, before I forget, I think on the song Do What I Want, he had said he was a GOAT. He's not Jordan, but you can call him the GOAT. And that's supposed to just go into the understanding that he worships the GOAT. He worships the Baphomet, or Pan. So this Aleister Crowley, it says, born Edward Alexander Crowley, also known as Ta'u Baphomet, was an English occultist, ceremonial magician, poet, painter, novelist, and mountaineer. He founded the religion of Thelema. Thelema is do what thou wilt, or Thelema. Identifying himself as the prophet entrusted with guiding humanity into the eon of Horus, aka Osiris, or Heru. In the early 20th century, a prolific writer, he published widely over the course of his life. And the reason why, you know, it's important for us to understand what Luciferianism is because it goes back to the history of when you read the scriptures in regards to Nimrod, Cush, and how they built the Tower of Babel, which basically went into them trying to mimic the teachings of what the Most High taught on the right-hand side. They basically tried to teach the people the left-hand teachings. And Lucifer means enlightenment. So basically, when you see, you know, the world that we live in today, where they try to teach us these things that's based in what they believe is best for us in regards to salvation or what have you, because that's left-hand enlightenment. That's deceptive enlightenment. So that's what that goes into when it comes to Lucifer. It's deceptive enlightenment, left-hand teachings. Adam and Eve, they were taught on the left hand. So they were worshipers of Lucifer. Believe it or not, Adam and Eve worshiped Lucifer because they partook in the teachings of the quote-unquote serpent. And those teachings, they passed on to Cush and Nimrod. And they taught the people in those regions in regards to the Tower of Babel. Now, Nimrod, like I said, he taught to take on the prophetic aspects of Christ. He became Horus or Osiris. That's why they say that Horus is Christ. when it comes to the understanding and the Babylonian Kemetic mystery school system, the pagan ideologies. They believe Horus to be Christ because Horus is basically Nimrod. Now, this right here is the Baphomet, a depiction or a statuette or whatever of the Baphomet. You see, supposed to represent the goat, coming together of opposites, as above, so below. The androgynous deity. That's why you see this depiction with breasts. And Lil Uzi Vert, same thing. You know, sometimes he dressed flamboyant. And you can understand, like, yo, it's all about putting pieces together. And this is how you know certain things. It's all about just applying context, putting things in its proper perspective when it comes to what we see out here. So this is Lil Uzi Vert's album, Lil Uzi versus the World. And you see the depiction of the woman on top of the head of Lil Uzi. It's supposed to represent his programming, his mother goddess programming, as well as his worship of Heru with the right eye. And you see, I believe, let me see, try to zoom in. Well, I guess it won't let me zoom in. But I believe it's an image. It's supposed to depict two girls kissing on the left-hand side there. You see the blonde hair and the girl kissing. I believe that to be a girl. So he's telling you what he worships as far as the left-hand understanding in Lil Uzi versus the World. And you see a bunch of what's really supposed to be like black people basically supposed to go into the understanding of him selling out, quote unquote. I could be wrong with that observation there, but that's what I think of when I see that, because you don't really see any white people, you know, as far as like the characters there. So you see here, this is Uzi versus the World 2, and you see him depicted with the blonde hair. It's supposed to represent him being under programming, and the woman on top of the head, you see her with the keys. And it looks like a witch garment that she's wearing. And you see him in the space. Now he's against the world. He's in a different realm of going against the world. He's Proverbial Saturn, the sixth planet from the sun. You see? So I just wanted to go into the scriptures. And it's very important for us to understand certain things based off of what we see when it comes to prophecy. So we shouldn't be enamored by most of the stuff that we see. But it's very important for us to identify with the knowledge and the wisdom aspect so we can understand what our position is. So I just wanted to go into the book of Revelations, chapter 13, starting at verse 16, where it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." So you see Lil Uzi Vert, you know, he has that sculpturalized diamond in his forehead. It's supposed to be proverbial Lucifer, the beast. "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Buy or sell," meaning you're not going to be able to, you know, utilize exchange of currency or buying things, so on and so forth, because of the fact that the agenda is to basically outlaw the paper dollar. And I believe that they're going to justify it by saying it has COVID on it or it's dirty. You know, all this paper money has COVID. They keep printing the money when it comes to inflation. We know what inflation is, and we know that the debt chart is at almost $30 trillion because the money is not real. It's known as fiat money. So digital currency, utilizing the chip, that's the quote unquote mark of the beast. And the term mark, it means basically, you know, sculpting something into the skin, carving something into your skin. It means charagma. And I'm going to go into that. But just repeating, it says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. That's 666. Now we know 666 is the goat god or Saturn. You feel what I'm saying? Pan, aka the Baphomet. And the beast is basically this world, this globe, the energy, and what galvanizes this world, which is the vibration of the Baphomet, aka Lucifer, you know? So this is the word charagma. This is the Greek word charagma, which means the cutting into the flesh. This is from the blue letter Strong's G5480. Charagma. Charagma. High outline of biblical usage. A stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Lucifer. The Antichrist is revolved around paganism, the Roman Catholic Church. And Lil Uzi Vert, he tells his fans what? He's going to take them to hell with him. It's crazy. The mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work. So that chip is the mark of the beast. The chip is the mark of the beast, of idolatrous images. Now, this is a tweet from Lil Uzi Vert. He tweeted out Neuralink. Neuralink is basically a company that was founded by Elon Musk. And Elon Musk, we all know who he is, founder of Tesla and the SpaceX and all that. But it's a reason why Lil Uzi Vert tweeted this. And it goes in conjunction with him putting that diamond in his goddamn head. Because Neuralink, or the understanding of what it goes into, is basically using someone based off of interface connection. You feel what I'm saying? Controlling them. But let's just read more about it. He had met up with this woman Grimes, the singer Grimes from the UK. And there was an article that was revolved around them wanting to get RFID chips. So let's just go into it. So it says Grimes and Lil Uzi Vert have said they're planning on getting brain chips together after striking up an unlikely friendship. The bizarre pledge came about over the weekend when Lil Uzi Vert tweeted Neuralink, a reference to Elon Musk's startup firm that aims to implant a computer interface in the human brain to provide long-term treatment for neurological conditions such as dementia. Let's get brain chips, Grimes said, prompting Lil Uzi to agree. I'm ready when we doing it. So I just wanted to go into this understanding of, where they're trying to implant this chip in regards to the brain with the whole Neuralink thing. And we have to understand when it comes to the cerebral cortex, that's basically, is basically like the pillar for how you operate, how you move, so on and so forth. And when it comes to the motor cortex, it's basically the area in the cerebral cortex that basically affects your dexterity and so on and so forth. So they just trying to control your coordination. They trying to control how you move. They trying to modify you. That's basically what the fuck this is. And it's very, 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 it's kind of scary in a way, but it's only scary to those who are simple. And the reason why I say it's scary, not in a way to frighten you guys, but for us to understand what the hell is coming in regards to prophecy, man. This all revolves around what's coming in regards to prophecy. You feel what I'm saying? They trying to put this shit in your brain to affect how you move. We know what the cerebral cortex is. We know what that does. We know how important that is. So it's, we just got to be mindful, man. We just got to be mindful. That's all. So thank y'all. And I just want to say God bless. Shalom. Peace.